Hello my love, welcome to today's video. I am going to tell you how I've been doing with these products. I am trying all my makeup in my collection because I want to curate my collection a little bit more. I want to have like a capsule makeup wardrobe. A collection where I love every little bit of makeup. And as I am very much a victim of the 2016, 17, 18, 19 decade era of beauty YouTube, I have a lot of makeup. I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff I don't love. I have a lot of stuff I do love. But I also have a lot of stuff I just don't know about. So what I'm doing, I'm trying all the makeup out. Every month I make a little basket like this and I put all the products in. I want to know where I have a little bit of a doubt if I like it or not, or if I want to skip it, if I want to declutter it, if I want to give it away, all that jazz. So, and I must say, I don't think there will be a lot left at the end of this video. So that's a promise from me to you. All right, let's start at the very beginning. Eyeshadow primer. I have two eyeshadow primers here. I have the one from Inglot. I have used this on my eyes today. I must say, not necessarily a very bad product. It reminds me a little bit of inconsistency of like a paint pot by MAC. It's just a lot more emollient. But I like it. So I think I'm just going to keep this one because it does the same thing. It's not as pigmented, I must say, as the paint pot, the soft ochre one. If I put that on my eyes, I have a very like yellow base. This one is not that opaque, so I must say I really like it. And I've had this for years. It's still not dried up, so that is saying something. Then the other one I have been trying is the one from Sample Beauty. It's the Erase and Boost Base, and this one is also quite emollient. It's really nice. It's a lot lighter, as you can see. A lot lighter. And what I feel about this one is that it doesn't have a lot of coverage on my eyes. It doesn't have enough pigment on my eyes. And it stays too wet and it pills a little bit. So I have been trying this together with the Inglot one for like a month. And I must say I'm going to get this out of my collection. I don't love this. So this is going. There's another eyeshadow base I've been trying. This is the one from Pat McGrath Labs. It's the Intensifies Artistry Wand. And what this one does, it's like this. Do I click it? Oh yeah, that's true. I click it, but I don't want to click it too far because I can put it down again. It's like this gel-like type of a feel to it. It has a transparent base. I put it here. Maybe you can see a little bit of sheen. It has a transparent base. This one is perfect to use underneath shimmer shadows. I think it's totally what it's for. It's for her special shades to stick to your eyelids. I like this. I have to remind myself to use it a lot more often because today I wanted to show you and I totally forgot. So I didn't put them on my eyes today. I am wearing a shimmer, so silly me. I like this, so I'm going to keep it. It's just something I have to really remember to use because I'm not. Okay, I'm going to take the swatches off because I might want to swatch some more stuff. Okay, let's go into let's go into foundation. This is the Fenty Beauty foundation. It's the Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. It's in the shade 8185. I bought this when I went to London, and that is like, I think it was pre-COVID. So it's more than 4 years old. And I must say, I only used the pump today and I have put it on my face. I have put a video. I have some B-roll of me putting this foundation on. And I must say, it looks quite heavy. I only used one pump and I've just wetted my sponge. My sponge is quite wet. It's a little weird thing to say, but you know what I mean. It's quite wet, and even though it mixed with a lot of water with the sponge, it still looks quite heavy on my face. So this is not my favorite foundation, not anymore. I used to love it, but I think the formulas just changed and got better, and maybe my preferences just changed. So I'm going to declutter this, and I think it's kind of wasteful because I still have a lot left, but I don't love using it, and I don't want to pan this because I don't want to do a project pan anyhow. I don't want this. I'm going to get rid of it, and the sole reason is that it's way too heavy for me now. I like something that is a little bit more forgiving for my pores, for dry spots, stuff like that. No, I'm sorry, this is gonna go. I have to say, it hurts me, but I do have to let it go. I will go also into the Fenty powder. This is the Fenty Pro Filter powder in the shade Butter. It is a nice powder. I must say, it's a nice powder. It works well on my skin. Not with this one, because with this one, it's like two of these very heavy, clinging to my dry spots products are sticking together to make it even worse. So that is why I don't love this with this, but that is also why I don't love this foundation, because this foundation does the same thing with all of my powders, even with the powders I really love, like the Charlotte Tilbury ones, the pressed one. This is a loose powder. This is a small little jar. I don't want to say I hate loose powders, but I hate loose powders. It's such a mess. I always have to store them upright. This has been not stored upright, so it's messy. It's messy, and I don't love it. But I think the product is really that good that I want to see if I can just finish this. It's the small one. I'm not going to repurchase after this. But I want to have some products that I'm like, okay, you bought this, it's okay, use it up. You don't have to throw away everything. It's another story with this one. I can't make this work. This one I can make work, because with my other foundations, the foundations I really love, I like this. I don't like it that much on my under eye. I don't hate it on my under eye, but I don't love it on my under eyes, but I love it on my face. So it's a good product, so I'm not going to get rid of it. But I have to, if I finished it, it's gonna go. Then I have this concealer from Natasha Denona. This is the old formula. This is the Transfix Matte Concealer. I don't love matte. Maybe you have deduced that from my review of this one, or what I was talking about with the foundation. I don't love a matte product. I want something that is natural, leaning on luminous, and I like more of a serum-y consistency. Because of my anatomy, I have quite sunken eye sockets, I think, and these, as you can see, so I get a lot of darkness here. So I always use a color corrector under my concealer. Because of that, I don't need a concealer that is very heavy duty, that has a lot of coverage, that has a lot of pigment, is heavy on the eyes, especially I'm 41. So I have lines, my friend, I have lines. If I use something that is very heavy, very like thick, heavy, full coverage, it won't work. It will sink in the lines, or it will cling to all the texture I have going on down there. No. So this one, I don't hate it. I don't. It's a nice concealer. It's a little bit light. I'm going to swatch it for you. It's a little bit light for me. But yeah. As you can see, it's quite light. So it's a bit too light for me. I don't love a very light concealer on my under eyes. So this one is gonna go. It's a formula thing. It's a shade thing. It's gonna go. But the one I am going to keep is the one I've also been trying out, is the OG NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have mine in the shade Light 2 Vanilla. The other one was 4N Neutral. Nice shade, but as you can see, if I put them side by side, do I have some, like, not any letters? If I put them side by side, you can see that the NARS one just has a teensy bit, it's a teensy bit darker. And that's why it works better for me. I like a concealer that is not extremely light, that is not going to light up my under eyes extremely. I don't need that. I want something that is very close to my skin tone, because only if I'm using a foundation that doesn't have the right undertone, or is a little bit too dark, then I like a lighter concealer. But the concealers I have are light enough to do or light up, or to just bring back some lightness in my face anyway. So I don't need something that is extremely light. Also, if I have a foundation that is not the right undertone, shade, anything, it's gonna go. It's not gonna stay in my collection. I don't want stuff in my collection I don't love using. So It's a very long-winded way of saying this one I'm going to keep. I like this one. It's a little less heavy. It is heavy duty. It does have enough coverage to cover, you know, all the darkness I have going on. After I use the color corrector, I don't need a lot, as I said, but it's a little bit more forgiving, a little bit more creamy, a little less prone to sink into my lines, a little less prone to emphasize the texture there. So this one I like. This one is gonna stay. Then I'm going into bronzers. I have two bronzers that are very similar, and maybe you're like, similar? Dude, these are not similar. This is the one from Physicians Formula. It's the butter bronzer in the shade light bronzer, and this is the milk chocolate from Too Faced. Both of these are like a lighter shade than the regular, like the chocolate bronzer or the butter bronzer in just bronzer. This is the light. My thinking was that I am a very light skin girly. I need something that is a lot less pigmented than I have already in the winter months. And I think that used to be true, but since I have a dog and I am outside like 4 times a day for, well, I think during the full day, like 3 hours, something like that, I don't get as white pasty pale as I used to be. So I don't really need anything like that. I've been wearing both of them. I have put some B-roll. I have some B-roll, so I will show you. They're not bad necessarily, but I'm going to show you. This one, this is the butter bronzer. I don't really like the undertone. I think it's a bit too yellow orangey for me. I don't love it. It's no. And it is really light, so I need a lot to build it up. And if I do that, you get such a powdery face. I don't want that. I just want this light waft of a little bit of a shade, a light waft of some color, a light waft of some bronzing. This is not doing it for me. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to give this, I think, to my sister-in-law because she's way fairer than I am. And I think this will be good for her. So I'm going to give it to her because, as you can see, it's quite new still. It hasn't been used that much. It smells divine. I love this scent. So this is going to my, if she wants it, of course, to my sister-in-law. And this one, the Too Faced in the milk chocolate one, this undertone I like a little better. It's just a smidgen cooler tone, just a smidgen, but enough of a smidgen to me liking it a little bit better. But as you can see, it is crumbling. I have to be so careful with this one because it's crumbling. I don't want that. I don't want to pick something up. You can see it even better when I hold it like this. You see all these cracks in there, and this part is already gone like this. Every time I open this, I'm like, ooh, I hope nothing falls on my shirt or falls on my clothing. No, I'm not gonna do that. Also, it's too light. I don't need a milk of anything. I can do with the regular chocolate and I will be fine. This is gonna go because I'm not going to give this to anyone because anyone would have all the stuff over their clothing, and no. Okay, then I'm going into 3 blushes or blusher duos and a blusher that I have from Natasha Denona. The first one, I don't have B-roll on this one, but this was the one I really like. It's a coral shade. It's very pink, it's very corally, but I really like it. It's a fun little color. It has a lot of sheen in it. So for me, for summer, I really like this. I even like this on its own without me using a lot of, or any foundation for that matter. I like to use this. So this is staying. And then I have the Blush Glow Duo in, it doesn't really say. It's an all over glow Blush Golden Coral and all over glow in light. I'm getting old, I can't read it. It's nice, but it's not nice enough. This is a very pinky shade. I think I'm wearing that around on this cheek, not sure, but I think it's on this cheek. I like it, but I don't reach for products like this because there's the highlighter there. I don't use that. The highlighter I don't love. I don't know why, I just don't love it. It's nothing to write home about. It doesn't have enough sheen. It's a little bit dry, the formula, so this one is going to go because no, I didn't love it. It's like a very pinky blush. If you have one, you have them all. It's not that interesting. And I must say, I like this one a lot better. It's more of a, this is the Rose Cheek Duo, and it's more of a cream creamy formula. So it's a cream blush and a highlighter. It's creamier. It's nowhere near a cream blush. It's creamier than this. And I like this better. I must say I like this better. The consistency is a little better. I like the shade a little bit more. I don't know. There's more of an orange in here. There's more happening than just like the pink of the other one. The thing is though, I have been trying to use this. The highlighter is a little bit too dark for me because it's very golden. I have not been really enjoying using this. If I reached for this, I like the effect, but I wasn't loving it. And for me, I really want to have a collection where I love everything. That if I open it up, I'm like, oh yes, I get to use you today. I don't get this feeling. I don't get that feeling with this one. So it's also gonna go. And I think it's a bit of a shame because I have paid good money for these, but I have to be realistic. I have other shades, other blushes I love a lot more. Those are gonna go. Then I'm going into highlighters. I have two. This is the one from Kiko Milano. This is the Sicilian Note. So it was one of their Sicilian things. What's it called? Collections. And this is one in the shade Gold Pentelleria. Gold Pentelleria. Oh, I was butchering that. Number 1. It's like a very golden with a pink in the middle. This is too golden for me. I don't like the shade. I also don't really love the formula anymore. I think I loved it a little bit better when it was newer. This is also a very old collection. I don't even know if there's a what's it called, date on here, like a year, but no, there's nothing. It's years old, like years old. I can get rid of this. I just don't get happy. I put it on and I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I don't love it. So this is gonna go. Then this is the MUA Academy Shimmer Highlighter Powder in the shade Radiant Cashmere. This is a beautiful highlighter. It's a very cheap drugstore highlighter. I bought this because I saw this girl. I was in a cafe with my ex-husband and we were eating lunch. He was my husband at the time. We were eating lunch and there was this girl and this was like, she had like this beautiful wet glow from within. And her skin looked so radiant and smooth. It was so beautiful. So I asked her, what are you wearing? Because your highlighter is divine. And she told me it's this one. And it's really cheap. It's a drugstore a product here in Holland. Yeah, and I have been using this for a few years. You can see some wear and tear in here. And I still really like it. It's just on my skin. At this moment, I have a little bit more texture. I should really get my Paula's Choice BHA, the gray bottle. I should really get that because my texture is getting a little bit out of hand. But I digress. This one, it's still lovely. But if I get a little bit more texture on my skin, it's not as beautiful as I would like it to be. So I am a little torn, and I know I have more beautiful highlighters than this that I want to keep, like the Emery from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Same effect, beautiful highlighter. It's not gonna leave my collection because it's a limited edition. I don't need to keep this. That is basically what I want to say. And this is like, because, and this sounds so snobbish, because it's drugstore, because it's very cheap plastic, easy packaging, it doesn't give me a lot of joy using this. It is a nice product. There's nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't give me a lot of joy. So it's gonna go. Then the last thing, or the next to last, what I want to talk about is my mascara. This is the mascara from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes in super black. I'm not getting rid of this because I can use it on my under eyes. It does something for my lower lashes. But when it comes to my top lashes, I like the spindly effect it gives. It gives you a lot of volume on the base, and then with the other side, it's the weird one, you know, with the flat side, you put on your lash, like gooping a lot of the product on, and then you twist it, and you have these little hairs that you can comb your, or plastic, what is it, bristles that you can comb your lashes with, the hairs on your lashes. Jeez, I'm making a lot of sense. Doesn't matter. The thing is though, it gives you volume. Yes, it doesn't give you a lot of length. The thing that I do like about it is that you can really separate your lashes. It looks really cute. But if I'm wearing like a heavy makeup look like today, you don't really see my lashes. And of course I can wear fake falsies. I should get into falsies a little bit more. But I don't always want to wear falsies. So that is the thing. And also because you goop on the product, it doesn't dry down. Not very, at least it takes a long time before it dries down. And I don't love that. I have to walk my dog if it's raining or if there's a lot of wind and I just did my makeup and I go outside. Normally I don't have any problems, even though I'm not even wearing any waterproof mascara. But this one, it's always a thing. Always. I have to always babysit my lashes. I don't want to do that, but I'm going to keep it because it does something for my lower lashes and I don't have a great mascara for my lower lashes yet. So it's staying, but it's begrudgingly staying. Then the last thing I have, this is the Catrice Slimatic Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. It's waterproof and it's in the shade, if I can find it. Oh, of course not. I don't really think... Maybe the shade is in here somewhere, but it's just words and it could be anything. This thing, it's nice. It's a little bit too dark, but I don't really mind how my brows are looking. It's very thin. You can make very precise strokes with this one. The thing is though, it dried up. It's too old, it's too dry, so when I use it, it constantly breaks off. So I'm going to get rid of it because of that, but other than that, it's a nice product. It's not great by any means, but if you're balling on a budget, then this is a very nice product. Nothing wrong with it. Okay, so I want to show you what I'm going to get rid of. I'm going to get rid of 2 highlighters, 2 bronzers, 1 eyeshadow primer, 2 blush highlighter duos, a concealer, a foundation, and a brow product. So I think that is really nice, and I saved, or I'm going to keep for now, I'm not doing that right. 2 primers for the eyeshadows, a mascara, a blush, a powder, and the concealer. So that is 2 for 6 products I'm going to keep, and 2 for 10 products I'm going to get rid of. So I think that is really, really nice. I have to pick out my basket for this coming month. So I'm going to do that right now and I will be back and I will show you what I'm going to use for the coming month. Okay, I'm back with a lot of products. Okay, I'm going to start, I think, with primers because that makes the most sense. I'm going to try 2 primers against each other. This is the e.l.f. one. This is the e.l.f. Tone Adjusting Face Primer. I want to see if I like it, yes or no. And then I'm going to also use the Miracle Prep Primer by Max Factor. It's supposed to be illuminating and hydrating. Let's see. I have no idea. So I'm going to try these 2 together. Then when it comes to priming for my eyeshadows, I'm going to use this Glamlight Icing shadow base in caramel. So I'm going to see if I love this or not. And then I'm going to also use the Be Perfect Prime because I remember really liking this one. Does this have a shade? Maybe Omnis. That's the only thing I can think of that's like it's here. So maybe that's a shade, Omnis. I used to really like it. So I am really curious what I think about it now. Then for my foundation, I'm going to use these 2 together. I've both got these in a like testing new products and reviewing it for We Are Eves. It's like an influencer thing. I will link it down below. You can find that out. This is the Healthy Mix Foundation by Bourjois, and this is in the shade I can't see. It's a secret. I don't know. It's in a shade. It's in a shade. I don't know which one. Oh, I do. Light beige. It has vitamins in it. It has like the skincare ingredients in it. And it's the same thing for this. This is the Rimmel Lasting Finish Hyaluronic Acid with 2% niacinamide. So there's hyaluronic acid in here. There's niacinamide in here. Here is some vitamin C, B5 and E. It's like skincare infused foundations. They are very similar. The bottle is the same. The cap is almost the same. This is see-through, but this is not see-through, but it's both red. I am really curious. This one is also, this is soft beige, and I think there's some difference in the shade, but not a lot. So I'm going to see. I reviewed them both. I like them, but I don't need to keep both of them, I don't think. So I'm going to see. I'm going to see what I think. Then for concealer, I have two drugstore concealer. This is the Rimmel one, the kind and free one. I also did a review thing for We Are Eve's. I didn't mind it. I liked it. And I'm going to put it up to the Born to Glow by NYX in the shade Vanilla. And this is in the shade, it doesn't say. Doesn't say, I don't know. But I'm going to put these two together and see which one I like best. Maybe I like them both and I'm gonna keep them both. I don't think so, but we'll see. We'll see. Then also I have two mascaras I know I don't love, but I don't know why. So I wanna see what's wrong with them. This is the LH Cosmetics Infinity Power Lash, and I think this was the soft volume one. And this is the More Volume by We Cosmetics or We Makeup. And I remember BeautybyAnneChris liking this a lot, and I'm someone, when she says she loves something, I buy it. Don't ask me why, because I have way different preferences, but still. I also have a brow pencil. This is the Ultra Slim Brow Definer by BBB London. I think I just got this in like a box or gift with purchase kind of a thing, and I want to see if I want to keep it, yes or no. Then I have two powders by Too Faced. I have the Peach Perfect. Who remembered this one? Who remembers this one? The Peach Perfect powder by Too Faced, and I have the Dew You by Too Faced. I remember this one being really pink, so I'm really curious what's gonna happen. I'm gonna try them both out to see if I want to keep them, yes or nay. And then I have two bronzers that are very similar and I both really like, so I might be keeping them both, but we'll see. The Milani and the number 7 one, you see they're very similar, and I've been using them, if you can see, quite a lot. This is the Silky Matte number 1 shade, and this is the Golden Sand shade, number 7 and Milani. So we'll see about those. I have two quite old discontinued Uden's Eye blushes. This is the Elva Ripe Papaya. This is I think a matte blush, and this is the Elva also Little Jasmine, and this one has a little bit of a sheen to it. And it's, let me, before I'm flashing you, you can see the shades. This one is way pinker, this one is darker. I like this a lot, and I don't know if I want to keep this one, so I'm going to put them together and see if I want to keep both, or if I'm going to get rid of one or both. We will see, or keep them both. I don't think that is going to happen, but we will see. Then I have the Petra by Pixi highlighter in Subtle Sunrise. This is also such an old product. Who remembers those? And I have a very old a Killawatt highlighter by Fenty. It's in Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. And as you can see, back in the day, I really used this. I really like them, but I'm just, both of them I really love. But it's the same with the MUA highlighter I was talking about earlier. I like them. I don't know. I don't reach for them. I have to know. Can I get rid of them? Do I want to keep them? I want to know. So that is kind of it for my new basket. I love doing this. For me, this is such a great way of getting to know all my products. And yes, it's going to take me a time. And no, I don't have like a lot of mascaras and a lot of bronzers. No, I have a lot of bronzers and I have not so much mascara. So sometimes I won't be able to try more mascaras because I already have a few. We will see what will happen, but I really like putting like similar products against each other and see if I really love them. And if they're similar enough, I can really see if they're both good or if there's one better than the other one and which one I want to keep. So stay tuned, come back for the next one. It will be in the end of May, beginning of June. I will be reviewing this and we will see. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this type of content, then please consider subscribing because I would love to see you in my next one. Bye!